In AEW's time of need, they have turned to Orange Cassidy to be their savior. Hey, what's going on, guys? Kevin Zwicker from Fast On coming at you. And before I get into this video, please remember to like the video and subscribe. It helps the channel out in more ways than you even know. Plus, it's free. So right now at the moment, AEW is very light when it comes to the babyface side. All of their champions are heels. The Elite, Mox, Mercedes Moné, Mariah May, and Chris Jericho, as we saw tonight, winning the ROH champion. So they are very barren when it comes to that department. And you have guys like Adam Cole, Swerve Strickland, and Will Ospreay preoccupied in their own storyline at the moment. So they're trying to build this story that is the AEW frontline and the BCC going at it. And in this storyline, there is no Bryan Danielson, there is no Eddie Kingston, there is no CM Punk. None of those guys are walking through the door at the moment. So they've really turned to Orange Cassidy to be this flag bearer for AEW, and Darby Allin as well, who has been missing in the last 2 weeks. Now, Orange Cassidy and Jon Moxley, if you've been keeping up with the product, have a vast history together. They've had classic matches like their match at All Out last year. And it's a storyline where you see these guys going to this crash course collision for another match for the AEW championship. Now, this storyline to me is very reminiscent and kind of has the vibe of the early 2000s WCW versus the WWF Alliance. And what I mean by that is it's a really cool storyline on paper, but they don't have the horses to really pull it off. If you remember that storyline, man, they had the WCW B team. There was no Sting. There was no Flair. There was no Goldberg. There was no Hogan. Now, all of those guys happened to come in later on, but at the moment when they were trying to execute the storyline, they couldn't do it because they didn't have the horses. Now, like I said just a minute ago, AEW is very barren when it comes to the babyface side. So you just have Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy really being the biggest horses in this race to go against the BCC. And at the moment, it's kind of a storyline that I could see AEW at the moment trying to really put a lot of steam and put a lot of effort into trying to make it meaningful and trying to connect with people. Because as you know, AEW is really struggling at the moment when it comes to interest from the general public and attendance and ratings. They're kind of at a flatline stage when it comes to ratings. So they really need something at the moment to really pop off. And they're trying to do it with this storyline. But when you see the opening of the show like they had today, you see the last several weeks, they have opened up AEW Dynamite with a ominous promo cut by Jon Moxley to some dark music in the dark in the back of a pickup truck. And you see tonight's episode open up with, instead of that, we see the babyface side waiting in the parking lot for the BCC. And you kind of have a motley crew of baby faces. You have Jeff Jarrett's clique. You got guys like, Kyle O'Reilly and just other kind of just guys who aren't on the level that you need for this storyline. Now, a possible turn that they can have for the storyline, and it's not what I'm advocating. I don't think this is a good idea, but I can easily see it's happening, is they turn the Elite face to go against the BCC. Because if you saw tonight, you saw last week, you saw Garcia really give it to the Elite, saying, you guys are the EVBs, you guys are the bosses, you guys are the head honchos outside of Tony Khan, and you're letting the BCC run wild, and what's up with that? And they really had no answers. Now, tonight's episode of Dynamite, you really saw them trying to get this visceral reaction out of Orange Cassidy. Now, as we know, Orange Cassidy is a guy who's very stoic, a guy of few words. You saw Chuck Taylor, one of his closest friends, trying to tell him, you need to step up. You need to snap out of this. We need you right now. You are the guy. And you saw tonight's episode of Dynamite finish off with Chuck Taylor getting his neck inside of a chair and then slamming down on the chair, the BCC and Wheeler Yuta and Claudio doing that to him. And you saw this look of terror and the look of concern on Orange Cassidy's face that you normally don't see. And we finally got a reaction of a guy who is mostly emotionless. So, like I said, it looks like we are building towards a Jon Moxley versus Orange Cassidy match for the AEW Championship. And it looks like we're going to get that pretty soon. And I don't know where the storyline is going to go. Everybody's been talking about it. Everybody's been fantasy booking it. I know I've talked about it a few times on my channel. Is Shane McMahon going to be involved in this? Is there going to be a higher power reveal? Is there going to be something similar to that? Is he going to take a page out of his hot father's book and be revealed as the higher power in this storyline? I hope not. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this match that we could potentially be getting between Orange Cassidy and the Mox? Are you excited for them to go at it again? Are you not excited for them to go at it again? What are you enjoying in AEW right now? And what are you not enjoying in AEW? Are you digging this storyline or are you not? Let me know in the comment section. You guys are more than welcome to always sound off. Like I said earlier, remember to like and subscribe. I am Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.